Does public corruption affect the level of public debt? This module will examine the impact of corruption that is manifested through rent-seeking on public debt expansion of American state and local governments, with Professor Liu Cheol's Public Administration Review article, Corruption and State and Local Government Debt Expansion. Corruption is defined as misuse of public office for private gain, or an extreme form of rent-seeking by self-interested public officials in the sense that their actions violate legal constraints and are unquestionably illegal. To measure the extent of corruption of corrupt state governments, the number of public employees who are convicted of violations of federal corruption-related laws within and across states are collected for the period from 1977 to 2008. According to this corruption index, the 10 most corrupt states are Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Alabama, South Dakota, Alaska, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. The 10 least corrupt states are Oregon, Washington, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Vermont, Utah, New Hampshire, Kansas, and Colorado. The findings in the article show that, first, a state with a high level of corruption is likely to have a higher level of debt issued by local or state government. American state and local governments finance infrastructure and capital projects mainly through issuing public debt. A corrupt official is likely to go after items favorable to rent-seeking, such as infrastructure and capital projects. Corruption in state and local governments will result in the growth of public debt. Second, compared to short-term debts, the issuance of long-term debt is more seriously affected by corruption, in particular when they are issued for private purposes. Thus, policymakers have to pay closer attention to these markers. Third, if corruption in the 10 most corrupt states succeeded in maintaining their corruption level to the state average, their public debt would be reduced by 9% annually, or about $249.35 per capita. Fourth, typical fiscal institutional control measures such as debt limits, tax and expenditure limits, and balanced budget requirements are shown to have largely failed to control debt expansion, as they appear to be successful in curbing the growth of public debt only in the 10 least corrupt states.
The findings invite additional policy efforts to control corruption, to avoid excessive levels of public debt, as well as the extra cost that the markets inflict on more corrupt jurisdictions, and to get fiscal institutions to do what they are actually designed to do in the first place. States and local governments would achieve more efficient levels of fiscal discipline by curbing corruption.